All right, girls, we'll go ahead and get started. Find a comfy position to get started. Seated, if that's available to you. Seated in Sukhasana or lotus or half lotus. If you can get there, one foot up to the hip or the other. Feel free in that lotus position. If not, you can just cross your legs. You are crossing your legs, though. Get comfy, cross your legs, and then situate and cross your legs the other way. So the other way, the way that you're not normally used to crossing. So go ahead and try and do that today instead. Just sit here for a few moments. Make the body do something a little different, just even to begin with. Sitting up nice and tall, each vertebrae stacked one on top of the other, creating as much length and lift through that spine as you can. Try to press the shoulders back and down. So too, trying to press the knees out and open to open those hips. Trying to lengthen that breath and press that air in and out of those lungs. Trying to completely fill your lungs when you inhale and completely empty those lungs as you exhale. The next time you take a nice deep breath, lifting up from the top of the head as you inhale, as you exhale, take the chin to your chest, and then begin gently rocking that head out side to side, right, left, right. Just continuing to breathe normally, letting that head go from side to side in a half neck circle, protecting the safety of that neck. And ready to bring the right over to the right shoulder, hold it there, press the left shoulder down and away. If you'd like, you can take the right hand up on the side of the head with that middle finger at the ear, and not pulling on the neck, but just the weight of the arm be enough to open up from the side of the neck and the shoulder. The chin lifted and back. Then taking that hand down, relaxing that shoulder, and then again rocking that head out side to side, right, left, right. Get ready to come to that left side, hold it there. And again, if you'd like, take the hand, press it on the side of the head. Feeling enough stretch where you are without that hand, just hold it there. Okay. Taking that hand, placing it back down, there, relax that shoulder, and a couple more times, rock that head out side to side. And bring that chin down towards your chest, hold it here. Stretching the back of the neck, just let the weight of the head be enough to hold to the back of the neck. Press the shoulders back and down. And as we inhale, lift that head up. You can open those eyes, take those hands down beside you, inhale the arms up, exhale, and fold yourself forward. And again, if you do have those legs crossed just the way we're not naturally used to for the moment, we roll across the other way in a moment. Hold the other hand, but see if you feel a difference in those hips, maybe a difference in that back as you go forward. A nice breath, inhale, head up, chest up, and let's bring ourselves all the way up. Now let's cross those legs the other way. Crossing the other way, maybe a little bit more comfortable. Inhale the arms up, exhale, folding forward. And seeing if you feel anything different. Hips, that back. Come to yoga. All right. All right. And nice deep breath. Inhale, head up, chest up. Let's bring ourselves up. It's going to take, if you've got anything that you're sitting upon, go ahead and take that out from underneath. And let's extend those legs. From here, nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale, folding it forward. Seated forward fold, head, chest, and body coming forward. Just give it a stretch through the back of the legs and through that low back. Nice deep breath again to tighten up that core, pull that belly in, head up, and let's bring ourselves all the way up. Up under our hands and our knees for a couple cat cows. Right. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Bring that chin in towards your chest as you round into cat. Tucking that chin in, pulling those shoulder blades apart, stretching that spine and elongating that spine. As we flex that spine, we make our way into cow, pull the shoulder blades together, lift that tailbone up now behind you. And make your way through cat through cow. Inhale, exhale, round, reverse. Get that spine, a little gentle stretch, movement. One more time each way. Make your way to a neutral spine. Whatever a flat back would be for you, so leave it there. All right, so we'll just take that left leg out behind you, right leg, right arm out in front. Some people in college give you lots of attention every day. I think everybody needs to give it to you. Okay. All right, holding it here. Reach along through those toes, reach along through those fingers. And then you're just start pulsing that arm and that leg simultaneously. So just moving it that low back. That low back, a tiny pulse, just lifting, keeping that gaze down somewhere behind that hand. Just bring side that hand. Just come to a hold. Reaching back, grabbing that ankle that's available to you. Ankle presses into the palm of the hand and pull that heel away from the body. Opening up to the front of the leg, to the front of the thigh. Quadricep through the hip. Even over that shoulder. Just take that arm back and hold that fold. One more breath. Release that arm, release that leg. Go back to that reach. And then from here, we're going to take the hand down. We're going to slide that leg out to the side. I'm going to turn around for you. Take that leg out to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit down onto the forearms and sit onto that right leg and let that left leg slide out to the side, stretching that left inner thigh. Just letting that leg slide somewhere out to the side, sitting onto that right leg. And if you're not comfortable, if you have issues with the knees, you can always keep yourself up and slide that leg out. But if you can, sit back onto that right heel. That inner thigh, nice and stretch. If you're not feeling stretched, let that leg slide a little further. One more breath. A nice deep breath. We're going to inhale. We're going to bring that left leg back underneath our bodies. Come back onto both hands. Take a couple of cat cows before we go to the other side. When you're ready, back to that neutral spine. And this time, the right leg goes behind you and the left arm goes out in front. Or whatever you just haven't done, the other side. So really reach long, point to the fingers, point to the toe. Not belly in, that core tight. And then again, just a little pulse lifting. That makes simultaneously pulsing, lifting up. And then hold. And reaching back, grabbing that ankle to the palm of the hand, pulling that heel away. Hold here. Again, try to open up through the hip, open up through the quadricep, open up through the shoulder. Pull that heel away. Push that ankle into the palm of the hand. Push and kick away. One more breath. Come back out. Reaching that arm forward, reaching that leg back. And we're going to swing that leg out to the side. Get down onto that left leg, slide the right leg out to the side. Extension through the right inner thigh. Don't feel it stretch. Wiggle that right foot out a little more. We're resting on the inside of that foot. And once again, nice deep breath, bring that leg back. Stay down on the forearms for a moment. Give me a couple cat cows here. Round reverse. Back a little bit differently. One more time each way. And I'm going to slide the arms, the forearms a little bit further forward. Just make your way into dolphin, downward facing dog, on the forearms. Curl your toes, lift your hips, push back over the space. So coming here, holding it here. Pushing that body weight back to the heels, just resting on those forearms. That's in between the arms. You teach you if you want to walk it out. And just hold. right here. Let's come to our knees a little bit more than hip distance apart. Sit back into a quick child's pose. So sitting back into child's pose, arms extended in front. Sit back onto your heels. Knees are separated, feet are together. Toes are together, knees. One more breath. Lift our head up, bring your knees in, make our way into our down facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, push back into those heels. Also, to here, if you get there and you want to walk it out, breathe what you need. Looking towards those hands. Walk your feet to the knees, just standing forward fold. Feet about hip distance apart. Just the body coming towards its legs as you lengthen those hamstrings and draw it all together. In here, forward fold. And inhale to a flat back to a half fold. Fold the ground and head forward, pushing the hamstrings back. Long from the hips to the head. And then exhale, release back to a forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Make your way up to standing. Up we come. Make our way up. Bring the hands down. And around to our heart center. And from here, taking those feet about hip distance apart. Just going to inhale, bring the arms up, exhale, sit back into chair. So bend into the knees, keep the chest lifted, keep the arms lifted, just sit back into your imaginary chair. So body weight back on the heels. Breathe here in your chair. And then while we're here in our chair, we're just going to elevate onto the balls of the feet. So we're going to lift the heels. Maybe you can sink a little deeper into your chair with those heels elevated. And we're just going to put those heels back down. And again, you're just going to lift those heels, stay in your chair. We're going to put those heels back down. We're just going to hold our chair here, one more breath. And then we're going to release to a forward fold. So coming into a forward fold, holding it here. You need to walk it out, do what you need, get yourself. And then inhale to a flat back. Hold the ground, head forward, exhale, release. Hands down, walk or jump into a plank. Get that belly in nice and tight. And then we're going to slowly chaturanga. We slowly lower down, making that tricep push-up. Remember, if you need to, you can always go to your knees, release to an up dog, lift up in front of the body, top to the thighs or the feet, and then to a down dog, curl your toes, lift your hips, push back into that down facing dog. With that right leg up behind us, that's 9, your down dog splits. Bend the knee, swing it forward, in between the hands. And then into warrior 2. Drop off the inside of the back foot, cartwheel the arms up, come up into your warrior 2. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, reach long through the arms, bend into that front knee. Remember here in our warrior 2, we've got our right toe pointed forward and our left toes out to the side. But instead of keeping them exactly perpendicular to each other, you pick up that left heel and lay it down just a little bit towards the right corner of your mat. That will help protect that knee. And as you bend into your front knee, take guidance from being able to see your toes to make sure that that ankle is over the knee and a little bit behind. A little bit of movement here as we straighten the leg, bring the arms up, and then bend into the knee. We're just straightening and bending, moving the arms with you, and going at your own pace. A little dynamic stretching, which is static, which is where we hold. Dynamics with movement. Hold in that static warrior 2. So maybe here, you're not feeling a little more comfortable. Maybe do that. One more breath. And then bring that right arm onto that left, onto the right thigh. Bring the left arm up just right overhead. Before we go into our side angle, just bring that arm up and then really try and make sure that left arm is over that shoulder. So if you feel those arms and the hand creeping, try and really bring that arm back, pick it up to the shoulder. And then bring that bicep over the ear and reach overhead. And the left arm can stay where it is. If you want to release it to the inside of the foot, or if you have a block to release to, feel free. And then also to do a challenge that core, you can take both arms and reach forward. You're really going to have to stabilize with that belly nice and tight. If you're reaching forward, keep that left shoulder open, spinning back. Again, you don't have to go there. You can keep that arm above that knee, take it down, do whatever works for you. One more breath. And then as we release that left arm, we're going to pivot and turn to the left and take the right toes with you and the arm with us and come into a wide-legged forward fold. So we're in a nice wide forward fold, pulling up through those inner thighs. just going to shift the weight a little bit to the right. So now the right knee is bent and the left leg is long. And then we're going to shift over to the left. Just a little lunge to the side, and taking it back to the right. And then take it back to the left. So in those inner thighs, pulling up and in, over time each way. And then from here, we're just going to come to that nice wide-legged forward fold. And then from here, we're going to walk those hands forward and come into a wide-legged plank. So we're going to come into a nice wide-legged plank. Legs are wide, hands are underneath the shoulders. Just going to come into a wide-legged plank and fold. And then we're going to come into a wide-legged down dog. We're going to push that body weight back into those heels, then push back into a downward facing dog. And if you need to accommodate for yourself, move the legs to where you're comfortable. So we're just going to do that a few more times. We're going to come forward to that wide-legged plank. So just bring that body weight forward, let those hips drop down, pull that belly in tight, keep it in nice and tight, and then back to your wide-legged down dog. One more time. Come forward to that wide-legged plank. Hold here, pull that belly in, and then back to that wide-legged down dog. And holding it here, pushing the body weight back. Heels should be down. The hands back so they're underneath the body. Inhale to that flat back. Should be able to keep the hands down here and just really pull the crown of the head forward. Pull the tailbone back. Here. And then from here, let's take those hands to your hips. And pull the belly button nice and tight. Take a nice deep breath. And with a flat back, make your way up to standing. So coming all the way up to standing. And now we're going to turn those toes out. Come into a nice big plie squat. So just bend into those knees. Keep the hands at the hips. Bend. Pulling those inner thighs up and in, using those quadriceps. Toes are pointed out to the side, just wherever your plie is. You've got to turn those hips out to accommodate having those legs so wide. And then let's bring ourselves up. And then again, just come down, squat and hold, wherever's comfy for you. And then let's bring ourselves back into the straight legs. And one more time, bend and hold. Take it a little lower. Keep the chest up, keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. And then we'll come back to our nice straight legs. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna pivot back to the right. Take those hands down over here. Let's just keep that left hand down and take that right arm up to a twist. So if the right leg is the bent leg forward, the right arm is up, so it's the same leg, same arm in that twist, and then the hand just pulling to stabilize. Bring that hand down and just tap that knee, that left knee, tap it down. So just bending and straightening that leg. Switch a little more to the hip flexor. Straightening that leg, hold it here, hands down, right leg goes back behind you, turn down dog splits, angle forward to your leg plank, pull that belly in nice and tight, and then slowly chaturanga, release to your up dog, and when you're ready, back to your downward facing dog. So remember, there's ways to modify there. When you're chaturanga, you can go onto your knees, you can also come to a child's pose instead of a down dog. It's not stressful for you, just find a place. Could be momentarily. Relax, shake your head out, do the two yeses and nos. When you're ready, lift the left leg up behind you, nice and high. Down dog splits. Bend the knee, swing it forward. Bring yourself up to warrior two. Drop onto the inside of the back foot, cartwheel the thumbs up, and come into that warrior two. Remember, as we come here, if you need to bring that left leg a little further forward, you can always wiggle the toes, hinge them forward, squeeze the shoulder blades, and keep in mind that right leg, remember that right heel, aiming it just a little bit down towards the left corner of your mat. If you're not on a mat, just imagine you were. Imagine what would be your left corner, that would be behind you. Squeeze those shoulder blades. And then from here, straightening that leg, bending into that knee. Get a little bent. We'll straighten. And once you get back into your warrior two, hold it here. Just hold. Feel a little more comfortable, a little stronger. And from here, left arm above the left knee. Right arm comes right up over the shoulder. So again, try and stretch that shoulder, try and bring that shoulder back, and then bring it over that ear. Keep in mind, left arm can go somewhere else. If you went somewhere else before, remember you can take that double reach, stabilize that core, belly in. Don't have to keep the elbow here, you can release the arm. You do have a yoga block, you use that block to hold. Do what works. And again, if you did something on the other side, try and do a little similar. Like I did a little of this and a little of that. Hold, try and keep that shoulder open and back. Reach, arm over the bicep, reach those fingertips forward, and that side angle, take that stretch all the way from those fingers down to the outside of that foot. One more breath. And then again, pivot to the side, take the toe with you, take the arms with you to that wide-legged forward fold. As we come to that wide-legged forward fold, we'll be coming into those inner thighs. And if you want to slide those legs out, if you can come into some sort of a split, feel free. If not, just scoot those legs out to the point where they can't go any further. Use those hands to support. Use blocks if you need it. Again, just scooting those legs out to that point where they can't go any further. Keep breathing. And then we're going to need to bring those legs back together so you can toe heel them in, or use your hands, lift your legs, bring yourself back. Again, just into what our wide-legged forward fold is. And then let's inhale to a flat back. And then exhale, release. And then bring those hands to your hips. Nice flat back. Let's bring ourselves all the way up to standing. And then again, we're going to take that plie position with those lower legs. And then we'll take the arms out to the side, turn the palms up, and bend into the knees and come into our goddess pose. So we're just going to bend those knees, pull those elbows in, palms of the hands are up, pulling in through those inner thighs, and just coming here and holding. And lifting and lengthening through the top of the head, shoulders stacked over the hips, pulling those elbows in, put those inner thighs up. One more breath. And then we're going to release. And then from here, we're going to turn ourselves back to the left. Send that left leg back behind you. Turn down dog splits. And go forward to a plank. Through that plank, chaturanga. Release to your up dog. When you're ready, to your downward facing dog. Come into your down dog. Just hold it here for a few breaths. Regroup. If you need to go to child's pose, feel free. And then from here, walk or jump those feet forward, come into a forward fold. So coming into that forward fold, hold it here, lengthen those hamstrings, lengthen that back, go all together. Then from your inhale, pull that back. Exhale, release, inhale, reverse swan dive, make your way up, all the way to standing. All right, and then from here, we're going to be going down into a toe squat. In our toe squat, we're going to have the feet about hip distance apart. So we're just going to inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet, and then exhale, bend the knees as we're going into chair, but instead of going into chair, we're going to come into that toe squat. Bring the hands down to your heart center once you get there. Balancing on the balls of the feet. Knees bent. If you can't come into a toe squat, what you can do is go back to your chair where we were before, and you can elevate the heels, or you can experiment with keeping the heels elevated as long as you can, and then putting down as you need. One more breath. And then all we're going to do is bring ourselves up and bring ourselves out. Bring the hands down. Bring it around. And just go into the shake. I'm just gonna do that one more time. This time, instead of having the hands at our heart center, we're gonna keep the arms elevated overhead. So once again, just gonna inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. And as you exhale, sit down into that toe squat. So again, this time just experimenting, keeping those arms overhead, holding it here. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Thanks for coming. All right, holding here. One more breath. And then from here, let's slowly bring ourselves up. Bring it down around and release. And give it a shake, do what you need. All right, and then make sure you've got some room. Orient yourself as we make our way down. Inhale up, exhale, hold it forward. Forward hold, holding it here. Moving those hamstrings. Try to bring yourself as close to that body as you can. Take those hands down, walker jump. To a plank. Hold that belly in nice and tight. Hold it here. Just continue to hold. If you need to modify, go to that knee, go to the knees. If you can, try and hold here. Belly in tight. One more breath. And then slowly chaturanga, up dog, and then your down dog. Holding it here, into that down dog. And then let's lift that right leg up behind us nice and high. Bend the knees, swing it forward. Drop onto the inside of the back foot, and up into warrior one. So all I'm going to do is elevate that chest, elevate that body as we come up into that warrior one. Arms are reaching overhead, and that left hip is pulling and trying to turn forward. And again, the feet are in the same position, right toe forward, left to the side, and then that right heel aimed a little bit down towards the right corner of the mat. Just bend into that front. So warrior one, coming here. That front knee, try and draw that left hip around. Then take the arms back behind you, interlace them, come into humble warrior. So we're gonna hold over that right leg. Here. Release, back up into your warrior one. Here, then we get to that knee, one more breath. And let's cartwheel those hands down. And let's send that leg, right leg back behind you. You're down dog sits. And then let's angle forward, bring the right knee to the right elbow in our plank. And extend it up. Right knee to the right elbow, we'll work for that core. And extend. And then bring that knee underneath the body. And extend. One more time. And then we're going to come across the body. Right knee. Left elbow, extend, across. We're going to come into falling star the next time. So you're going to bring that right knee across the body. You're going to extend that right leg and take that left arm up. Now, if you can't come into your falling star, remember a modification would be to come to that right knee, but the right knee is not going to be out in front of the body, it's going to be underneath the body. But if you can, come into your falling star, hold here, one more breath, let's bring it back, unfold. Bring that leg back up behind you, angle forward to that plank, chaturanga, release to your up dog, and then to your downward facing dog. Coming into that down dog, take a few breaths. And then let's bring that left leg up behind us, nice and high. Up the splits, bend the knee, swing it forward. Drop on the inside of the back foot, warrior one. Elevate, lift, draw that right hip, try to wrap it around your body, bring it forward, try to take that right hip and draw it forward, lift that upper body. Step that knee, elevate those arms, take a look for those left toes. And then arms back behind, shoulders back and down, humble warrior. Hold over that left leg. the arms, elevate that chest. Back up, warrior one. Hold here, long. And then bring those hands down. Send that left leg back behind you. And left knee, left elbow, and extend. 2 times, and then underneath and then across 2 times. Okay, forward, and then extend. Forward, come across. 1 and 2. Hold when you get there. Stabilize that core. Hold, and then extend. 1 more time, then you get there. Again, falling star. Come through. Take that right arm up. Take that left leg through. Again, if you need that modification, come to that knee. Hold here. One more breath. And then come back. Take that leg out. Back up behind. To your plank. Chaturanga. Release. To your up dog. And when you're ready, to your down dog. One last. Child's pose. Bring yourself down. Sit back. Send the arms. And if you're like me and your wrists, all of that are like, ooh, go ahead and roll your wrists. Me too. And just let the arms relax a little bit. Let's sit back on the heels if the body's relaxing. And from here, lift the head up a little bit. Walk the arms all the way over to the right to really feel a good stretch in the left side of the body, and then lower that head into that child's pose. Just over to one side, side body stretch. And then again, lift the head up. Walk the arms back over to the left. Settle back in. And hold it here. Again, feeling a stretch now from the right side of the body. Or just the opposite, feeling a stretch on the side of the body, the opposite of the side that you're over to. And then head up a little bit, walk the arms back. Just into your traditional child pose. Now really reach the arms forward, go stretch in the back, relax the arms. And hold it here. Let's take one more nice deep breath, inhale, exhale. All right, then just walk the hands back beside your head. Very slowly lift your head up. Slow, slow. A little bit of blood flow rushing up to that head. Bring yourself up. All right, let's just stay here for a moment. Just walk onto those heels and stretch the tops of the feet. So just sit back, stretching out the tops of the feet. Bring the arms behind you, roll the shoulders back and down. Shoulders just a little bit. And then take the arms out to the side. Take the right arm across, take the left arm above the elbow and pull it in across the body. So stretch the shoulder a little more. Arms out, other side. And go above that elbow, try not to form that elbow joint. Use that other arm, just pull that arm across to give you a stretch that you need. Let's release the arms out to the side. And from here, staying here on those heels for just one more moment. Take the hands back behind you, the fingers behind you, and then just try and open up that chest. And stretch the wrists here, so hands down. Take that head back if you'd like, bring that body weight back slightly. And then go ahead and bring yourself up. Then we're gonna bring those legs up from underneath us. I'm just gonna sit back, point flex those feet, feel that stretch in the tops of those feet. Pull those toes towards us. Just go stretch the opposite way. Sitting up nice and tall. And again, take the hands down behind you, fingers back. And then just draw the shoulder blades together. Pull the shoulders back and down. Give the shoulders just a little bit more stretch. Also maybe stretching those biceps, might feel theirs. A little it's tight. But if you need more of a stretch, walk the hands in a little closer together. Put them underneath the shoulders. And still keep pulling those toes towards you, flexing those feet. Then release, let those legs relax. We'll make our way onto our back. Just going to take a nice slow roll. Slowly, actually instead of rolling all the way down, come to your earthquake point. Come to that point where that belly is going to begin to quake, where you can't quite hold it. Hold that belly in nice and tight. Roll those shoulders back and down, lengthen those legs. Hold. Keep holding, giving one more breath. And then slowly release all the way down. As you come down, hands out over your head. Reach point and stretch. Like the toes, reach the arms long, feel the stretch to the belly to the back. All right, and from here, bring the arms down by your side. Put those legs in, grab a hold somewhere, and release that low back any way you'd like. Circles. You can also put the hands on the knees to drive. Just don't try not to pull in on those knees. Rock it, roll it, whatever. All right. When you are ready, we'll make our way into our final posture for Shavasana. Traditional is corpse pose, which is with those legs extended, arms by the side, palms up. I encourage you to come be anywhere that's comfortable for you. And just slowly let that body release and let that mind release. Just keep your eyes closed and continue to breathe. Slowly bringing some awareness back into that body and that mind. You can move around those fingers, toes, arms, legs, hands, feet. Circles, side to side, that head too. When you're ready, rolling over on the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go left. Everybody else can choose a side. For Remain here for a moment so some blood flow come back to that heart. One sees great things from the valley, only small things from the peak. One sees great things from the valley, only small things from the peak. And that's a quote from Gilbert Chesterton. When you're ready, use that outside arm. Bring yourself back up to where we began our morning. Hopefully feeling like we've got a great view from where we are, of what we've got to come today and into the weekend. And I wish you guys well, and I'll see you guys next week. Namaste. Thank you. Good to see you guys.